Chapter 5, Lesson 3, we're working with parabolas in vertex form. We know what vertex form is now, and we know how to graph if it's already in vertex form, but what if it's not in vertex form? We need to be able to write vertex form in a number of different scenarios, whether we're given a graph of the parabola, whether we're given a point and the vertex of the parabola, or whether we're just given the standard form. We want to be able to convert any of this information into vertex form. So that's what we're going to be working on. So the first one is let's take information. What if we're told or we know where the vertex is, and we know another point on the parabola? Can we write it in vertex form? And that should be pretty simple, because if we know where the vertex is, that's going to give us our h and our k. Remember, h being the x value of the vertex and k being the y value of the vertex. So if we know where the vertex is, we know what h and k is, which means the only thing we have to figure out then is the a. And remember, we did this before. If we know all of the values except a, we can then calculate the a. So if we know the vertex, h and k, and we know another point, x and y, we have a value in here for every variable except a. We can then simply use algebra to determine the value of a. And so then we can figure out the value of a, and then we can go back and write it in vertex form using that method. So let's do that for this example here. Here I have the vertex given to me at 3, 4, and I have another point at 5, negative 4. Now, if these weren't here, I could simply calculate them for myself. I could just find the vertex and figure out the coordinate, and then I could find another point that has a nice coordinate to it. In other words, it crosses right on a grid, calculate what that is, and then I have my vertex and a point. So again, all we need to do is remember what vertex form is. Let's use white here. I think it might be the y is equal to a times the quantity x minus h squared plus k. I just need to figure out a, h, and k. Well, h and k, you remember, are the values of the vertex. So let's go ahead and put those in. So I have h, which is a 3, and I have k, which is a 4. Now, I need to figure out a. I don't know what that is, so I need an y and an x. Well, that's just simply a point on the graph. So I have a y here of negative 4 and an x value of 5. So I have all the values substituted in except a. I simply solve this for a now. So 5 minus 3 is 2, and 2 squared is 4, and 4 times a is 4a plus 4. So I'm going to subtract this and then divide by 4, so my a value is negative 2. So now I simply write the equation using all of the values for a and for h and for k, and then I have vertex form. All right? I'll do one more, and then I'll look at one where I'm not given a graph, and we'll do the same thing. So here it's at 0, 0, and it's at 2, 1. So again, starting with vertex form, I simply substitute in the values that I know and then simplify. I need a y value of a point, so that's 1. A, I don't know. X value of a point, 2. Minus the x value of the vertex, 0. Plus the y value of the vertex, 0. And so I have this that I just need to simplify then. So 2 squared is 4. So this is going to be 4a, so a is going to be 1/4. So y is equal to my a value, 1/4, and then x minus 0 squared plus 0. Now I don't want to leave it like this. I want to simplify this. I never leave zeros added to or subtracted from something without simplifying it. So x minus 0 is simply x, and then x squared. So this is the vertex form given this information. Now, it's something very important that I want you to notice here. When there is no bx term, you're in vertex form. So if there is no linear term, you're already in vertex form. Remember that. I will cover that again. All right, so let me do one more example where we're not given the graph, but we're just simply given the information. But again, nothing's different. If I'm told that the vertex is at 1, 2, and the point on the graph is 2, negative 5, what's the vertex form? And again, I simply need to remember what vertex form is and then substitute in the appropriate values. So in order to figure out, well, let me real quickly, I have a vertex, that's my h and k. I have a point, that's my x and y, so I'll need to figure out what a is. So I'll just simply substitute these values in. So my y value is negative 5, A, my x value is a 2, my h, or my x value, my vertex is 1, and my k is a 2. And now we solve for A. So A, and again, 2 minus 1 is 1, and 1 squared is 1 plus 2. So negative 5 is equal to A plus 2. So negative 7 is equal to A. So here my equation would be y equals my A value, and then x minus 1 squared plus 2. So this would be the vertex form of the expression. Alright, so I hope that was helpful for you. In the next video, we'll look at taking one that's in standard form and putting it in vertex form.